Hi, my name is Bennett Martin, and this is my final video reflection. What aspect of the course has been most impactful and why? The most impactful aspect of the course, definitely to me, was the hiring situation, because I got the privilege to gauge at different students' resumes and throughout the class, and I took note of the different resumes that I liked and tweaked my resume accordingly. And examples of this would be like making my resume more tidy, maybe changing the fonts around instead of maybe changing the usage, the size of the font, just whatever, making it look more well put together. Adding the fact that I made Dean's List to my resume because I didn't consider it before, but I think it would be very beneficiary for employers to see that, and it could open some sort of door, maybe an unexpected door that I didn't think of before. And there was another one. In addition to changing up the layout of my resume, there were some resumes that I saw that were very well organized, and they were almost split into two sections with a line down the middle, and I really like that, as opposed to usually reading more just straight lines across a piece of paper. So I thought that was really cool, and I thought that was well done. And yeah, and like I said, it would be nice to switch it up or at least maybe consider it. And all these thoughts is things that ran through my head during the process. What is one goal that you've related to your career, which you'll work on after the course? One goal that I related to my career, inspired by the course, would have to be to take action on things that I want to do instead of waiting for things to be perfect. Because in reality, there will never really be a perfect circumstance provided for you. Only those who, in my opinion, only those who create their own luck will be provided the perfect situation for them. And I say this based on the career simulations activity, or whatever one where we had to create a resume, like the one before the hiring simulation, where we had to create a resume for a fake job. Because as I undertook this activity, I made sure to choose a subject of interest that I'm confident I will partake in one day, which is the fashion field. And as I was creating my resume, I noticed how, in a normal circumstance, how likely it would seem that I would probably get rejected if I were to apply to a job with the experience that I had. And in a normal circumstance, that probably would have got me unmotivated or down, and I probably wouldn't have applied for the position at all. But because this activity required that you apply, I had to give an honest resume regardless, and I had no choice to submit something. But what I didn't anticipate, what happened afterwards, was that the feeling of going for it, the feeling of a possible outcome or circumstance, one that you can't predict. And it felt really good, and it felt like something I'd want to feel again, because it felt like I grew from it in a way. It felt like a step in the right direction. And in that instance, although the situation was fake, I thought about how I could take it into real life, and how going for it is 1,000,000%, 1,000,000 times better than never going for it at all. As a famous quote goes, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And even if it's a shot with a high percent chance of missing or not going anywhere, it's still a chance. And by continuously bettering yourself and continuing to take shots, once the first one lands, many will follow, and sometimes in very cool and unexpected ways, which I have gladly experienced and or have experienced before, and I like to follow that and build on that, which is really cool. What are two actions or strategies that will help you achieve this goal? The first strategy that I will use to attain this actually comes from Unit 6. It's the activity and career planning. And it's by making a rough template of the questions required, such as my skills assessment and action steps. And I can keep this idea in mind for going forward and taking chances and doing things scared. However, this activity will also help me because the deeper I look and think into these questions, I can peel off maybe more layers of myself that would rather remain hidden. And kept under the rug, such as more deep questions such as personal assessment and career goals. I could maybe find something I'm interested in or something I think I didn't like, but I end up liking. So that'd be really cool, and it could benefit me one way or another. And the second strategy I would use would be Unit 3, networking, mentorship, and professionalism. I think that having some sort of mentor in your life or having another perspective, someone who is more experienced in the field that you are interested in, whatever field it may be, or even if it's a personal just mentor without even a job title behind it, I think it's very valuable, and you can create some sort of connection with that person, and it can be very reassuring in times of confusion and discouragement. And I would specifically look into how to find and ask someone to be your mentor, the part under the welcome to class portion of the unit, along with the article posted from Yale, and even maybe do some more research beyond that in addition to the part of networking, because I think networking is very important. It can open more doors than you realize, and I would go beyond the TED Talk that was posted and maybe get into some books on both subjects and take notes, acquiring knowledge and using it so it's not empty knowledge. And yeah, that's my final reflection video. Thank you very, very, very much for the course and all the valuable insight that it provided, and I'm very grateful to have the chance to partake in this course. Have a great day.